Drunk girl's bathroom reaction.
Should I text my ex?
Hello, today we're going to talk about Cory Booker trying to be president or something and Amazon trying to rule the world or something. Look at this cookie, it's really big. Alright, so Cory Booker is one of the main authors of this new Senate bill that is trying to legalize or decriminalize marijuana. Has been very vocal, and he's specifically kind of targeting it towards the criminal justice part of marijuana legalization. He's trying to get people out of jails. He's trying to create this situation where the war on drugs is completely depleted. Great, that's all awesome. He has very recently come out against the banking bill, the SAFE bill, that is probably has enough chance to pass the Senate, but it doesn't have this larger criminal justice. It doesn't have any kind of legalization or decriminalization involved in it. It's just specifically making cannabis companies be able to work with banks. And for him, that's not enough, so he wants it to, he thinks that people will vote for that, and then they won't vote for the larger thing, which is weed legalization. But he's doing it in a way that is annoying me because it's very politician-y. He's not answering questions fully. He's answering only the parts of the questions that he wants to answer, and makes it sound like he's being very, righteous, and it's frustrating. Anyway, so he did a Q&A on Twitter, asking any questions about the weed legalization bill. And he got a couple questions about the banking bill, and these are some of his answers. So this one in particular says, how can you block safe banking when SAFE is desperately needed to hurt black markets and be inclusive to minority communities and usher in social justice reforms? He answers this by saying, we can both address the pressing need for cannabis businesses to access financial institutions and provide real restorative justice for those harmed by the war on drugs. This is not a zero-sum game. Again, he doesn't answer the question, and the main elephant in the room here is that the SAFE bill can pass the Senate, where his bill probably cannot, and probably wouldn't even get signed by Biden at this point. So he's not addressing the actual problem here. Here's another one. I agree with everything you said, but I feel that the bill will not have enough votes to pass. Personally, I think incremental steps may be the way forward, such as expunging records, SAFE, elimination of 280E. How do you see a path forward if it's all or nothing? And he responds by going comprehensive and setting up a post-legalization system. We believe we can build support and make progress on this issue. Safe banking lacks critical restorative justice provisions, and we must do more to help communities unfairly impacted by the... He comes off like he's a robot. He comes off like he's answering these questions based on an algorithm instead of like him actually answering the questions, and it's very frustrating to me. Then he went on looks like a podcast where he was asked again the same thing, and unfortunately we don't have the full clip of this. It seems to cut off when he's really kind of getting to the meat of his answer, but again he starts with this touting his record and all of this stuff. Anyway, watch the clip.
So you can make the argument that declining the Safe Banking Act might be letting the good get in the way of the perfect. If you are kind of like you and I looking for the more important restorative justice components, I mean, how strong are you opposed to the Safe Banking Act? Since it does seem like it would support maybe all cannabis businesses. I know it doesn't address the restorative justice piece in kind of the crime that we've talked about, but do you at least concede that businesses are helping in that front and bringing some people along for the ride as well?
Oh, first of all, don't get me wrong. I support the Safe Banking Act. I think it's a phenomenal bill. I'm one of these folks that is out here working with cannabis industries, not only across the state of New Jersey, but around the country. I feel like I am one of their greatest champions when it comes to ending the nightmare of prohibition and the ridiculousness of so many businesses having to operate in cash. It increases danger, not to mention what you talked about, which is easing access to capital for a lot of folks. So please, I support this completely. But if there's...
So it does seem like he's coming around to the SAFE bill, to the banking bill, and maybe he will eventually vote for it instead of like standing in its way like he said he would. But God, just be clear. Just let us know what you're thinking. You're frustrating the crap out of me with all of this politician talk. Anyway, that's that. I'm off my soapbox with Cory Booker right now.
Egg.
Second story today is from Amazon. So early June, about I think June 1st, they came out saying that they're no longer going to test people for marijuana and no longer test employees for marijuana, and that they're going to start lobbying for the MORE Act to pass the House. We have now kind of drifted away from the MORE Act. We don't really care so much about the MORE Act because we have this bigger Senate bill that we want to see get passed. But today, just this morning actually, they have registered to lobby for a whole bunch of different issues, and one of those issues are cannabis decriminalization, and they specifically tout the MORE Act as being one that they're going to try and lobby for. You know, I wish they would say the CAOA bill, the Senate bill, but just the fact that one of the largest companies in the entire world is now behind marijuana is a pretty promising thing, and it's going to boost the prospects of the next few years having some kind of decriminalization happen on a federal level just because Amazon's behind it. That's awesome. I mean, Amazon, for better or for worse, and typically almost always for worse, they have a lot of power. And having them on your side is going to help a lot. And that's pretty much it for today. We'll be back on Friday with some more stuff. And sorry to all the Cory Booker fans out there, but, you know, he's a politician.
Bitch, give me top. You a cop. You a op. I'm a mop. Yeah. Do you like that?